Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today I am going to be showing you how to create a technical proposal. Okay, first off, we need to understand what a technical proposal is because it could be mistaken with a director's treatment. A technical proposal is different from a director's treatment. So recent, we got a documentary gig which we needed to prepare a technical proposal for. And at first, we thought it was a treatment, but then we figured it's not a treatment, but a technical proposal. So, what's the director's treatment? A director's treatment is a document that contains the idea of the director, the vision of the director. So, it's basically the director putting his ideas, all his vision, what he wants the film to look like, putting it on paper or putting it in a document. Your director's treatment contains things like your idea, your color palettes, the characters, the hair and makeup, the look and feel, etc. All these things are what you can put in a director's treatment. But when we talk about a technical proposal, it's a bit different. A technical proposal is a proposal that gears more to the technical side of things. And most of the time, I think a technical proposal most time comes with a documentary. Like those are the things that you need to prepare for a documentary technical proposal. So in a technical proposal is a document that has how you want to achieve or how you are going to go about achieving the documentary or the goal of the documentary, how you want to do it. So what they want to see in a technical proposal is not look and feel, characters. No, what they want to see is your action plan, your work plan. How do you want to get this done? How do you want to do it? Let's see how you want to do it. They also want to see your budget and so on and so forth. I think when we get into it and we break all these things down, we would understand what a technical proposal is and how it is different from a director's treatment. I use Microsoft's PowerPoint to design my technical proposal. I mean, you can use any program that you're comfortable with. You can use Google Slides. In fact, you can use Microsoft Word if that's what you're comfortable with. But for me personally, I use Microsoft PowerPoint. I mean, that's even what I use to design my director's treatment. You can use any program you are comfortable with. It's totally fine. But that's what I am comfortable with, and I think it's an incredible program. Okay, so when you're preparing a technical proposal, I think the very first thing you want to start with is the introduction. Yeah. So the introduction is where you introduce your brand or your filmmaking company, or you introduce yourself. You give a very short description about you and what you do, brands you've worked with. Very short description. To entice the agency you're pitching to or that you're sending the proposal to, so they get an overview of who you are or what your company is or what your brand is, etc. Yeah, so you start with the introduction. Then the next slide you want to have is the summary. Now, in this summary slide, what we have is it's very simple. It's just summary of everything the documents contain. For example, you could say that this is an outline of the process to create documentary for so, and then this project will be completed in 8 weeks or whatsoever. So there you're just putting a summary of everything the document is about. Because at the end of the day, the technical proposal is just an outline of the processes, to create a certain project. You just outline we'll go from here to here, from here to here. There's different steps that you want to use to complete a project. So that's what the technical proposal is. So that's what you're putting in your summary. And you can include the time it's going to take to complete 6 weeks. You can even include the budget. If you've done the budget already, you put it there. And it's going to take, or which is going to cost so, you put the money there already. So that's what your summary slide contains. So after the summary, then you're going to go to how you want to tell the story. For me personally, I just make the heading, how we will tell the story, because I mean, why not? So here, this is where you're going to tell them how you want to tell the story. For example, you can have something like, we want to use, or we will be using B-rolls to add depth to the story, or if there is a particular lighting style you want to use, you can put it there, you can dump it all in there. I mean, this type of slide is always in the director's treatment also. I think for me, that slide in the director's treatment for me is always direction. That's how I put it, direction. So there I'll put out all my ideas of how I want to, this is how I'll say, well, I will use color to, differentiate, or to, shed more light on the mood of the characters, etc, etc, etc. So this is the slide where you can dump all that in. And even in this slide, you can briefly talk about the camera you want to be using and you tell them why. For example, you can say that you want to be using the Sony a7 III because it's lightweight and it works well under low lights, etc. I mean, all these things you can put it in how we will tell the story, because that is how you want to tell the story. So you can put it under this slide. Then from there, your next slide then has to be the work plan. Now this is where you are going to, you have to pay very good attention to this, because they always want to see this, please. Now this is where you are going to break down how you want to film this documentary, how you want to film this project. So you go by telling them how long this project is going to take to complete. You say, oh, this project is going to be completed in, let's say, 8 weeks. Now you will tell them how you want to film it, because when an agency is telling you to come with a technical proposal, they are giving the job to you. They are not concerned about, they are not monitoring or telling you what to do. You are the one that is telling them what you want to do. For example, they want to know your work plan. They want to know, they can give you a time frame. They can say this project should be completed between 3 months. Yeah. So how you want to do it within that 3 months is left to you to tell them. So you can say you would complete it in 2 months. So they want to see how you want to complete it in that 2 months, the timeline. You can say from here to here, from this point to this point is pre-production, from here to here is production, from here to here is post-production. And when you're saying production, you have to break that down, that from here to, if you are filming in different locations, you say, let's say you're using a month for production, you say the first 2 weeks will be in this place, then the next day will be in this place, this is the number of days we'll be using in this place, this is the number of, all those breakdowns. That's what they want to see in your work plan. They also want to see the post-production procedure. They want to know how long it's going to take you to go from principal photography, how long it's going to take to get the final video. So you can put something like, okay, the 2 weeks after principal photography, the final wasn't able to be ready at this point to be subtitling. You shall have to give them very detailed breakdown of your work plan. And the best way to do that is by drawing an action plan table. Yeah, so an action plan table is a table that showcases how you want to achieve all those things. You can have your week here, you have your item, you have your description. For example, let's say week 1, production, then you describe it. What are you doing? The description is what you'll be doing during that pre-production stage. So it's just a detailed breakdown so that they can understand what you mean and what you're talking about. So after you're done with your work plan and your action plan table, then you can move on to the production crew. Now here you are going to give a list of the crew that you'll be needing for the production. You list, say, director, producer, art director, etc. Whatever you're going to be needing, you have listed here. And it's also very good to put a description of what each person is going to be doing on set, or what their role is going to be in the process. So to give to buttress your points more. So it's always good to do that. So you can just give that production crew or something, you understand. So after this, then you can have your budget slide. Your budget slide is very important in your technical proposal, because at the end of it, it's a proposal, and in a proposal, the agency wants to see your they want to see figures, they want to see the numbers, they want to see how much the whole thing is going to cost them. So basically your budget slide is just where you are putting your budget, you're putting your items, you're putting the number of days you are going to use, you're putting the costing. Is where you do all the numbers in the budget slide. After your budget, the next thing you want to do, I feel like it's optional, but it's always very important, is your work history. Now, this is where you are going to attach links to your previous work, so that the agency can check out what you've done before, a similar work that you've done before. And how I do this in PowerPoint is by right-clicking. So when you right-click, you see link. So when you click on this link, it brings out, brings out an option where you can, paste your link. So after pasting your link, you give it a reasonable title. Give it the title of that project. Because if you don't do that, it's going to paste the whole link, and then it's going to highlight it in blue, the whole link. So you want to change the name. So when you do that, you paste it there. So what that does is, after exporting your file as PDF, it is still, you can click on it, like you can legit click on it, copy the link, and it will take you into a browser where they can view. So it makes the process seamless and very easy. So yes, work history is the place where you paste all your previous work link. And yes, to the very final slide. This one is optional. You can, if you want to, or if you don't want to. But what this slide is where you put reasons why they should work with you, why the agency should work with you. So basically what you are putting here is your values, what you have to offer, why do you think you're different from others, why do you think they should not go for B or go for you. So this is where you put all those details and try to convince the agency that you are the right fit for the job. So this is very optional, but I feel like it's just an interesting way to put your best foot forward. Yeah, so that is the final slide, why you should work with us or why you should work with me, whatever it is. Yeah, then you can have your thank you slide. So yes, that is basically it. I think before we wrap up, we should just quickly do a quick recap. We have the first slide, introduction, and the summary, then the how we tell the story, and your work plan, which under your work plan you also have the action plan and production crew, the budget, then you have your work history and why you should work with us, and then your conclusion, your thank you. Yeah, so that is basically what a technical proposal involves. I think you can see how it is different from a director's treatment. It is not as elaborate as a director's treatment, and it is just more of a technical document showing how you would complete a task or how you want to attack a task. It's not much geared to the creative side. The director's treatment is more of a creative document that shows how you want to creatively attack a project, but this one is much more technical. I think what I would use to differentiate them is the director's treatment is creative, the technical proposal is technical. Yeah, so I think that's basically it. I hope you've learned something. I hope this will be useful for you in the future. And if you like the video, if you learned something, drop a comment below, give a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, peace.